everyone. How's everybody's week going? Thanks for joining us again this week. Happy Sunday, and looking forward to another great Sunday supper event. So I'm not sure if you guys saw my Instagram, but I, for the first time, made corned beef. First time, had never tried it before. So you know what? I learned a lot by doing it, so it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to share with you, just a couple of tips on what I'm going to do once I make that corned beef, exactly what I'm going to do with it, and I think you're really going to enjoy this recipe. But before I do that, I just wanted to share with you guys, so I had such a fun week. I actually had the opportunity to I have already met him twice before, but a chef that I really adore, Ming Tsai. I respect him so much, and he does such a great job at being charitable and giving back. So anyway, he was here locally at the Valspar Golf Championship, which is maybe like 15-20 minutes from my house. So awesome opportunity to see him again, see him in action, talk to him, get some pictures. He was just fantastic, and the Valspar tournament is still going on. So Ron and the boys are actually there right now enjoying all the golfers. So thanks again for joining us today.
Marianne says happy Sunday, and she's never made corned beef either, but she says yet. So I think it's coming soon in her future.
Oh, wow. And here I thought I was the only one. It's so funny that, when Certified Angus Beef actually sent us a really fun kit, which was really exciting. And look, it came with this. How adorable is this little guy from Lodge? Isn't it so cute? So that's where all my seasoning is for the corned beef. So it was, I love challenges. I love trying new things. And I thought, you know what? I've never done this before. What am I waiting for? So I have to report back. Super easy and packed with flavor. Can you guys see it over here? So here is, I already sliced it up for today's recipe. But there it is. Doesn't it look good? I was like, wow. And I know, most people probably did it in the longer bakers. I kept it right in my skillet. I love this skillet. So I did the whole thing right here and, didn't even change it around. So I seared it, with the seasoning, and then in the oven it goes. Super, super easy. So the recipe is on certifiedangusbeef.com, and then we'll also be adding it to sundaysuppermovement.com. So either place you could go ahead and get the recipe for the original corned beef or what I'm going to be making today. So let's get down to business.
Thank you for sharing our video, Marianne.
Thanks, Marion.
And Tammy thinks the corned beef looks amazing.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much, Tammy. Okay, so first I'm going to make, did I tell you guys what I'm making? I don't even know if I told you, did I? Okay, so I'm going to I love reinventing leftovers. And in a household like ours, you never know if we're gonna have 4 for dinner or 10 for dinner. So I tend to cook a lot with 4 kids. And I always try to use our leftovers in a different way because I think people get bored with doing the same thing. So basically that's where the inspiration for this came. I did a really long, larger beef brisket, and then I thought, what else can we do for this? So it's golf season. Everybody's home for spring break this week, so all the kids are home, friends are over, and I thought, golf season, they're gonna be sitting around, and I thought sliders would be perfect. So I'm gonna show you guys how to turn that corned beef and make some corned beef sliders. So I start with the little handy dandy Hawaiian rolls. And how many of you guys know that you could actually bake right in this? So
I had no clue.
Yeah, so most people throw this out, but believe it or not, this goes right in the oven. So fun tip, I don't know if everybody already knew that, but I mentioned it to a girlfriend recently and she was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. You're kidding. I've been taking it out and then wrapping it in foil when I put it in the oven.
Lisa says that she loves your necklace.
Oh,
and the corned beef looks good.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I actually just purchased it. As you guys know, my daughter's getting married next weekend, so no Facebook Live next weekend. We will be at her wedding. So I did go to the mall. I hate shopping, but I did go to the mall and get some fun accessories and a couple of new outfits for a rehearsal dinner and all that. And this is one of my new necklaces and my little earrings to match. So thank you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take our Hawaiian rolls, which I love. These little guys are like the perfect size for like finger food and little appetizers.
Marion, Monica, and Tammy did not know about your tip.
Ah, look at that. So
I didn't know either.
it was not just my girlfriend, because she was like so shocked when I brought this out of the oven the other day. So, okay, so what I do is I turn this sideways and then I just slice all the way down. So that way we make sure fingers aren't in the way and it stays pretty put together if you just go down the middle and use a long knife and slice, slice, slice. So it takes a little bit, of time, but if you just keep on going, slice it all the way down, but not where it's still together. So don't let it, break all the way apart. I mean, honestly, if it does, it's not the end of the world, so don't worry. But in a perfect situation, you just have it like this. Okay, so I love Thousand Island dressing, and it's so perfect with the spices from the corned beef. Oh my gosh, it's an amazing combination. So, but just keep in mind that really use whatever you want. That's what my recipes are. They're simple, they're easy. Feel free to substitute something else. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some Thousand Island dressing right on the bread.
Jessica loves Thousand Island too.
Oh my gosh, so good. And honestly, it is perfect with this, because you get a little bit, how that Thousand Island has a little bit of that sweet, and then you get, the spices from the corned beef. Oh, so good. So let me just finish that up.
Tammy knows someone who has a recipe for homemade Thousand Island dressing, so she's going to try that this week.
Oh my goodness. Tammy, you'll have to share that with us. I hope maybe you could put it on one of the links. I'd love to try that. This is not homemade, my friends. This was at the store. Okay, so then I thought Swiss cheese would be perfect for this. Again, please feel free to use whatever cheese you like, but just go ahead and put the slices down like this. And then, let's see, I just break the 2 in half for the ends. And again. All right, so how many of you guys make, similar sliders? I want to know, what are your favorite ways to make this kind of little slider?
We make roast beef sliders in my house. That's
Ooh,
what we
yum.
did for the Super Bowl. We had roast beef sliders with caramelized onions and cheese.
Oh, that sounds great. Do you make it like this also? I know there's so many recipes out there that are similar.
We do no condiments on it because we've got too many picky eaters. So we do condiments on the side.
And you know what? That's a great idea too. So keep that in mind. That's a great tip, Cricket. So then I'm going to go ahead. I already sliced up my brisket, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it right in here. And so I kept it in a little bit of the juice on purpose. Like I wanted to have a little bit of moisture. And I think it really added to the flavor. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't say, put a ton of the sauce, but, let it come a little bit, as you could see, like dripping a little bit. You know what? That's okay. And I try to keep it like in 3 rows, almost like the shape of the bread where we're going to cut.
Tammy shared the link to the homemade Thousand Island. It was from one of our tastemakers at For the Love of Food. That was part of her healthy green recipe today.
Oh, excellent. By the way, Tammy, I loved your recipe, and it is on my to-do list. I am going to be making that. So Tammy, today during our Green Sunday Supper event, shared her recipe for little, Tammy, what are they called? So they're like egg bites. So you make them in muffin cups, and it was veggies in there and spinach.
Yeah, they were green
and
eggs and cheese and what are they? Green eggs and ham.
Oh my gosh. I think they had bacon, right, Tammy? Oh my gosh, they looked so good, and I thought that is such a great way to start off your day. I can make them ahead. So thanks, Tammy, for sharing those. And everyone, take a look at Mama's Meals. Great recipes, and you'll get that recipe. Okay, so as you can see, now I just place my hand like this and plop it back over.
We've got some other slider flavors coming in. We've got Cuban sandwiches with pork roast and ham. We got lots of French dip ones.
Oh,
ham and
wow.
cheese.
Oh my goodness, those sound so good. And please feel free, if you have those recipes, you know what, to share them. Okay, so now we're gonna put our little container back together here because remember I said it could go in the oven. So we'll just put that back together.
Tammy said that they're omelet bites.
Omelet bites.
Omelet bites with bacon.
Ooh, they were so good. They looked incredible. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a little bit of foil. And then just put it right over it. And now it's going to go in a 300-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. I mean, it really is that easy and that simple. So hold on one second. Let me just go and put this in the oven here. And by the magic of television, I have one that's already done.
Vince says that he's got a recipe for breakfast sliders at crazykitchenmom.com. That
Ooh.
sounds like a fun breakfast.
Oh, please post the link. I will be checking all these recipes out. Okay, so then it comes out of the oven. And now we're finally going to get rid of our handy dandy little
It
container
seems like
here.
we've got 3 less on this one.
Yes, we do have 3 less on this one. But guess what? I had them plated a little bit before, so here they are. And yes, there is one missing. I'm not going to say who ate it.
Taste test it
I had to taste test it. I couldn't recommend something to all of you without tasting it first and making sure that it was just right.
Ooh, Cindy recommended tuna melt sliders.
Oh, that's a fun idea, Cindy.
I usually make tuna melt quesadillas, but that sounds good
Oh,
too.
that sounds really good. Okay, so now, as you can see, just follow along and go ahead and cut them. And then you could plate them. I usually do a little bit more when I plate it with a little bit more of the Thousand Island dressing, or again, feel free to do anything else. I've even seen, you know, people use the word I never say right. Sriracha on them. You know, my daughter, she's like crazy about those, so she'll do that. And then here you go. Everyone has these perfect little bites that you could do for a party, that you could do, you know, for kids after school. Like I said, this week it's perfect because we have a house full with spring break. So, so good. Delish. So thank you everyone for joining us. Does anyone have any questions or any other suggestions? Please, please, please post your recipes. If you have, you know, some ideas, we love for our Facebook Lives to be like a great reference and to inspire other people. So just because I did this, you could do, you know, something else. So please post your recipes. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll go back and answer them. And my kids are on spring break this week, and I am heading to my daughter's wedding. Very exciting time. So I'm sure you will be seeing a lot of pictures from Rose and Shingle Creek, which, by the way, is also where we're hosting Food and Wine Conference this year. Well, every year we have hosted it there. This will be our 5th year, so I hope that some of you guys could join us for that. We're really excited and have an over-the-top event planned. So thanks so much. Happy Sunday supper, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.